Welcome! This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features electronic magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are the features we have for you this week. On Motoring Forum, we shall have once again Angkas Chief Transport Advocate George Royeca on the second part of our feature on Angkas's role as an interim solution to traffic. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on the right way to cross a stop-through street. This week's Buying Chuper shall be about the wearing of proper uniforms of PUV drivers. The public service segment shall have the computer's woes on the LRT2 partial shutdown. Showcase this week shall have the subcompact sedan from Suzuki, the 2019 Swift 1.2-liter GLX CVT. While for race weekend, we'll have the highlights of the 2019 Philippine Autocross Championship Series, the final showdown, held at Robinson Santa Rosa.
All of these plus the latest news on the country's transportation and traffic management are in this edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Suzuki all-new Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style. All-new Ertiga debut.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Welcome back. Motoring Today now starts with the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management.
The DPWH has officially opened the first 10-kilometer segments of the Cavite-Laguna Expressway or CALA-X last week. The said segment traverses from the Mamplasan toll barrier to the Santa Rosa Tagaytay interchange.
Nais ko pong i-announce sa lahat na as of today, it will be possible, pwede na po kayo mag-exit sa Mamplasan. Ang exit po niya ay nasa Santa Rosa Tagaytay Road.
What we opened today is the first 3 sections, about 10 kilometers, of a total of 45 kilometers of CALAX.
According to DPWH Secretary Mark A. Villar, they made it a point to open the first segments of CALA-X for the motorists to have a smoother travel in and out of the metro during All Saints Day. The official added that it's already at 90% completion, while the remaining 10% of the works are being fast-tracked. Secretary Villar noted that they are targeting to fully open before December. Meanwhile, MPTC subsidiary MP Cala Holdings has announced the daily access time for the partially open lane. Sunday to Thursday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. However, MP Cala Holdings said this is only temporary until the remaining works for these first subsections are completed. Additionally, upon issuance of the relevant certifications and permits from DPWH and TRB, full access to the completed lanes and other interchanges and 24-hour commercial operations shall be possible. CALA-X will have interchanges in 8 locations, namely Cavitex Connection to Open Canal Road, Governor's Drive Silang, Silang East, Santa Rosa, Tagaytay Laguna Boulevard, Techno Park to Greenfield before SLEX. It will also showcase technologically advanced features such as automatic license plate recognition system enabling barrierless entry to CALA-X, IP-based speed detection cameras strategically installed, and high-definition CCTV cameras to cover the entire stretch of the expressway to ensure safe and efficient travel by the motorists.
When it's operational by January, you will see our new technology to be used here. No? We will have barrierless toll entry here. No? It's a new technology that we're introducing in the Philippines with the use of license plate reader. Also, not only improving the road technology, but also improving the tolling technology.
The DPWH, together with its attached agencies, remind the public to drive safely and observe relevant traffic rules while traveling along the partially open lane. The implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 11313, or most commonly known as Safe Spaces Act, have been signed. With this, the MMDA has expressed its full support on its implementation. MMDA Chairman Danilo Lim said that the agency will ensure that its part as one of the implementing bodies of the law will be effectively carried out. Lim addresses the Safe Spaces Act as a relevant and timely targeted on all forms of sexual harassment on all gender, public spaces, as well as online. The official believes that through its passage, everyone will be able to freely walk the streets at any time of the day, comfortably go to work or school, and easily go online without fear of being sexually harassed. Lim also said that the agency's traffic enforcers are also actively doing their part to address sexual harassment in the street, which the most common form of harassment being experienced. Also part of the MMDA's efforts to contribute to a safe and violence-free public spaces is installation of additional CCTVs in strategic locations along Metro Manila to deter and apprehend not only traffic violators but at the same time sexual offenders. The DPWH, together with officials of NLEX Corporation and construction company DM Consunji, recently held an inspection on the NLEX connector construction site along the Philippine National Railways tracks in Caloocan City.
Natutuwa naman ako at ready na ang site for our initial civil works. So tuloy na po itong NLEX Connector Road.
Spanning a total of 8 kilometers, the full NLEX connector will be an all-weather, all-vehicle class elevated expressway that will traverse the new Caloocan interchange in 5th Avenue, C3 Road in Caloocan City, passing through España, eventually link up with the Metro Manila Skyway Stage 3 at PUP Santa Mesa in Manila.
We call it a 2x2 elevated expressway, meaning to say that there are 2 lanes in each direction. But when traffic increases in the future, we can expand it to 3 lanes on each direction. So it's about 8.25 kilometers in length. Section 1, which we awarded today, is about 5 kilometers from Caloocan to España.
DPWH Secretary Mark Villar spearheaded the detailed inspection of the project site and urged the fast-tracking of the turnover of the right-of-way. The new Caloocan interchange will serve as a strategic converging point for the 5.65-kilometer NLEX Harbor Link Segment 10, the 2.6-kilometer R10 section, and the 8-kilometer NLEX connector. The NLEX Corporation and the DPWH reported that since its groundbreaking last February 28, several construction milestones have been achieved and the engineering works have progressed for this elevated expressway. Around 35,000 motorists, especially cargo trucks, who are expected to benefit from the project will be spared using Metro Manila's congested city roads since they will traverse their routes mostly above the PNR alignment.
Malaking bagay po ito sa decongestion ng Metro Manila kasi lahat po ng trucks na galing sa port hindi na kailangan dumaan sa major thoroughfares ng Metro Manila. Dito na sila aakyat sa may R10 at pwede na silang dumiretso sa NLEX or SLEX. Pero hindi lang limited sa trucks ang connector. At makakaroon din po ng exit sa may Espanya. Ang projection ng connector is 35,000 per day ang gagamit. So, yun ang mababawas po sa mga kalye natin sa Metro Manila.
The DPWH stated that the NLEX connector will significantly cut travel time from NLEX to SLEX by at least 60%. Instead of the usual 2 hours travel time, will now be reduced to about 20 minutes. It is targeted to open in 2021. Coinciding with the recent All Saints and All Souls Day, Tuguegarao City Government also launched a road safety photo exhibit to commemorate the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims this November. Out of all the cities and municipalities in the Cagayan Valley region, Tuguegarao City has the highest number of road crashes. Tuguegarao police data shows that there were a total of 297 road crash incidents in the city from January to September 2018 alone. With this, the local government has started to put huge efforts on having a comprehensive road safety code for Tuguegarao City. It has been approved by the committee on August and referred to the Tuguegarao City Council for second reading. By enacting the road safety code, the city is ensuring that policies against speeding, non-use of helmets, non-use of seatbelts, and driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs will be enforced in the city. Under the ordinance, Tuguegaraoeños are empowered to directly lodge road safety complaints through the citizen reporting system that will be created. This ordinance also institutionalizes regular auditing and maintenance of roads, installation of road traffic signs, and improved access for vulnerable road users such as pedestrians with disabilities, cyclists, and motorcyclists. As highlighted in the photo exhibit, the Road Safety Code requires road users to follow speed limits and vehicular load limits and prohibits risky driving behavior to ensure the safety of everyone traveling in Tuguegarao roads. The local government of Tuguegarao City said they are working hard to make sure they provide safer travels for motorists through the Road Safety Code.
Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines.
Citing these studies made by Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, there's a 3.5 billion pesos per day loss, 5 billion peso plus in 2035 due to traffic. But according to Royeca, more than this, traffic has also a non-quantifiable impact on people.
One thing that's not quantifiable is really the personal impact to the society.
Giving out some examples on how traffic affects us daily, Royeca claimed that our major life decisions are actually hinged on traffic.
What we don't realize is a lot of our major life decisions is actually hinged on traffic. Yun yung pinaka-biggest factor natin eh. Lalabas ka ng bahay, traffic. Lalabas ka ng bahay, wag na lang.
The traffic situation here in the metro and even outside of it is very unpredictable. Royeca then hopes that this could be solved through infrastructure projects and improves transport systems.
The unpredictability is what kills you eh. Hindi mo maplano yung buhay mo kasi hindi mo alam yung kondisyon ng daan, kondisyon ng traffic. And hopefully, this will be resolved with subway systems, with our rail system, to a certain extent with our bus system, if we're all disciplined enough.
Royeca also reiterated that everyone contributes to the Metro Manila traffic, therefore we should all take part in solving it. The government, the private sector, and the public.
Metro Manila traffic, EDSA traffic, is everybody's fault. Okay, it's the fault of the private motorists. It's the fault of the public utility vehicles. Lahat po tayo may kasalanan dyan. Hindi po yan fault ng motorsiklo kasi pag-gewang-gewang siya dun sa misplaced na motorcycle lane. Hindi yan fault ng bus kasi he takes up two lanes on the side at tumitigil sa gitna ng daan. Hindi rin yan fault ng private motorist na ini-insist na pumunta dun sa bus lane all the time kahit may enforcer sa harap. It's everyone's fault. And the only way to fix this if everybody works together. And I think what happened to Angkas is we've proven na the government, the private sector, and the public, kasama po yung publiko dito, kasi yung publiko yung nagbibigay po ng feedback sa public sector, sa gobyerno, can work together to solve a problem. Now with Angkas, yung 2 hours mo nagiging at least 1 hour na lang. Yung isang oras mo nagiging 30 minutes. It really cuts your travel time in half.
According to Royeca, Angkas maintains its 99.997% safety record and a 0.003% accident rate as the company took the time to train its motorcycle drivers. Addressing what many call as kamote riders, Royeca said that we should look into having an institutionalized education system.
Galit na galit kayo sa sinasabi niyong kamote rider sa habal-habal na naglalagay ng more than one passenger. Yung kumuha ba yan ng lisensya or buong buhay nila, meron bang nagturo sa kanila at nagsabi sa kanila na bawal yun? I'm talking about as institutionalized education system. I'm not talking about sinabi mo na sa kaibigan mo na bawal yan kasi hindi ka eksperto eh. A school, right, that will train every single motorcycle rider. Because in Angkas, we've proven it eh. Yung Pilipino, pag tinuruan mo, susunod. Pero, wag mong i-expect yung magic. Yung hindi mo tuturuan, tapos ini-expect mo mag-helmet. Diba? Yung hindi mo tuturuan, tapos mag-expect mo dapat magaling na sila magmotor. Hindi po pwede yun. Diba? Let's also look at it from where they're coming from. We've trained 110,000 bikers to date. Libre po to. We work with the LGUs, we work with the government agencies. But we've only onboarded 27,000. We've failed more than 70%. And that 27,000 has resulted to a 0.003% safety record. So, kung gawin po natin tama yung sistema natin, marami pong susunod eh. Ang problema, and I'm not pointing fingers because this is inherited since the beginning of time. Diba? Yung mga shortcuts, diba? Yung mga allowing you to get a license restriction 1 na hindi dumadaan sa training, na wala naman talagang training course na in-institute because wala tayong batas that supports it. All of that is inherited eh, and that's why we have the problem now.
Royeca concluded his piece with these lines: "We should start with ourselves and we should start doing what we can, and hopefully we get to educate everybody in how it is to have safer roads and how to conduct safer roads."
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Ako po si Michael Kaliwag, 12 taon ng patrol crew para sa NLEX SCTEX. Bilang patrol crew, handa akong humarap sa anumang di naasahang sitwasyon. Naalala ko pa noon, 2009, Bagyong Ondoy. Papatrol kami sa NLEX nang may nakita kami isang pamilya na natrap sa bubong. Kahit kailangan magpatrol, nagdesisyon kami na sagapin at iligtas sila. Kami ang NLEX SCTEX Patrol Crew, kaagapay at katuwang nyo sa mas maayos na paglalakbay.
The Tactical Survival and Arms Expo is back with a more intensive take on the global issues on environment, economic uncertainty, security threats, and the like. Visitors may avail of the free seminar during the event. You can also apply for your license to own and possess firearms at the venue. The expo will take place on November 14 to 17, 2019 at the SMX Convention Center, SM Mall of Asia, Pasay City. Admission is free. Pre-register online now.
Continuing with Motoring Today, here once again is this week's series of valuable motoring tips. We start off with road safety reminders on the Young Street Smarts portion, courtesy of Toyota Motor Philippines. Always stop on stop lines when crossing an intersection. Kung marami kayong sasakyan na nasa lane, cross one at a time when it's go time. At huwag agad-agad na sumunod sa nauunang sasakyan. Dahil maaaring makabanggaan mo ang mga parating na sasakyan na galing sa ibang lane. Wait for a while before following the car ahead of you. Palaging tandaan na mahalagang magkaroon ng pasensya kapag nasa daan. Proper driver's demeanor, especially among drivers of public utility vehicles, is one of the major concerns we are addressing on our segment, Payong Tsoper, courtesy of Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa nyo tsuper, maging maayos sa pananamit tuwing papasada.
Kung gusto nating makarami ng pasahero, gawin nating presentable ang ating mga sarili sa tuwing tayo ay magmamaneho. Ugaliing isuot ang uniform ng samahan na iyong kinabibilangan kapag papasada sa daan. Iwasang magsuot ng mga pambahay na damit katulad ng sando at tsinelas kung ayaw mong ang pasahero ang umiwas at magalit.
Tandaan, kapag maayos ang kasuotan, pasahero ay iyong kaibigan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin. Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa niyo tsuper.
The things that make my day. My mini-me, my kind of jam, my passion, my blend of coffee, my inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
NLEX Viaje Tips presents Healthy Road Trip. It's time for that much-awaited vacation, but here are a few things to watch out for. Sitting for long periods of time can form blood clots in your body like in the legs. To avoid that, stop for a quick break, get up, and move around to get your blood pumping. Car air conditioners speed up dehydration, so make sure to drink water frequently. Lastly, while driving, protect your eyes from the sun by wearing UV blocking sunglasses. And for a smoother trip up north, you can now drive all the way to your destination with one RFID. Get your Easy Trip RFID sticker now.
We're back. We now welcome you to Motoring Today's World of Motorsports. We start with the latest news and developments. The 10th leg of the 2019 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series sprung a surprise. A relative unknown bested the usual suspects in the overall timesheets. Franz Varone recorded a 47.02 seconds run to take home the best overall and front wheel best time of the day during the 10th leg of this year's Slalom Series held at the NE Pacific Mall in Cabanatuan City. Driving a borrowed car, points leader Estefano Rivera still managed to turn in 47.72 seconds run to take second overall, finishing ahead of rivals in this year's Slalom King hunt and increasing his point lead. Rod Chang came in third overall with a time of 48.22 seconds. Chang's teammate Leonard Cristobal was fourth fastest with a time of 48.56, while JP Polentan was fifth with a time of 48.96. Howie Bassi missed out on a top 5 finish, only managing a 49.94 seconds run, which was only good for 6th overall. Joseph Ortega continued to rule the rear wheel production class with a time of 52.24 seconds. More in the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. We've been featuring rounds of the 2019 Philippine Autocross Championship Series on Race Weekend since its flag-off this year. Following the progress of the overall and class championships, it was well worth the coverage as it was full of great performances from championship contenders as well as newbies to autocross. We're now in the 8th and final round of this year's season. Highlights and interviews are up next. It is billed as the final showdown, the 8th and the last round of the 2019 Philippine Autocross Championship Series. The popular Grassroots Motorsports Series has been seeking greener pastures this season, holding events in more venues outside its erstwhile home track, the Meycauayan Commercial Complex in Bulacan, looking to expand its reach among racing aficionados. And true to that, the final round was held in a Robinson's Mall in Santa Rosa, Laguna, something that Philippine Autocross Championship Series top honcho Danny Santiago hints is a sign of things to come for his sport. On the sidelines of the 8th and final round of the series, while a sound of cars of drivers completing their final runs continue to reverberate around the short and tight course marked out by pylons, Danny Santiago is assessing the 2019 Autocross season.
Well, the year 2019 was a good year, no? Maraming sumali and maraming first-timers, maraming mga datihan, and they enjoy joining. And sana next year, ganun pa rin or more.
This success is emboldening Danny to pursue the expansion of the series outside of Metro Manila and nearby provinces to regions farther south.
Marami na sumasali from other regions and they're also enjoying the autocross, and next year we will be expanding again, hopefully, to Visayas and Mindanao.
Even before the 2019 is over, Danny appears to be already preparing for the big expansion next year and experimenting with innovations to continue fanning interest in the sport.
For this year, we have about 3 more races, specials, invitational. Kung saan-saan, we have an experimental night race. Pasasara natin yung ilaw para mahirapan sila. And we have some provincial races in Luzon. We have one in Bohol upcoming. And we have maybe one more in Davao on December. And then next year, maybe we can get into the series na for Visayas, Mindanao.
With the overall championship already decided during the earlier round in favor of the phenom Inigo Anton, who bested his own father Carlos for the title. Interest in the final showdown focused on the fight for novice overall championship, a duel between young gun Cody Nang and Johnny Come Lately Edwin Sarmenta. The young gun appears to be more focused on winning, while Johnny Come Lately is more laid back in his approach to the sport.
For me, focus lang talaga.
Okay lang, whoever wins, sport. Pero meron din naman akong NMC sa Novice Modified C. So if Cody wins, then he's a better driver than me. Okay lang.
This is evident even in the race preparations.
Ang pinaka-prep ko lang dito sa car is naglagay lang ako ng parang extended na handbrake. So nakakatulong naman siya. And I hope na makakuha ko ng good times later.
Preparations for this ones, actually wala pa akong tulog kasi umuwi ako like 12 o'clock last night and so chinek ko lang yung pressure, tire pressure, chinek ko yung water level, oil level, yun lang. Tsaka tinighten ko yung mga bolts.
Despite the seemingly lackadaisical approach to autocross and motorsports, Edwin is nonetheless already thinking of the next season.
So malamang next season, nasa experience class na ako, so more practice for me.
Also already looking forward to the next season is Pauline Bautista, one of the few girls and ladies making waves in autocross. This after a great final round of the great season for improvement of driving skills and earning podiums.
Masasabi ko lang na I really improved a lot, like a lot talaga. Kasi syempre, like kada race may bago ako natututunan, tapos ngayon parang may bagong mga nalalagay sa car. So like yung pagdadrive ko, medyo nagiging okay siya. Tapos ngayon, yung round yan, parang this was probably the best one. Kasi parang wala, ang exciting lang niya kasi last round yan. Tapos nakascore pa ako ng first sa ladies. Forward to more podiums and more learnings to come.
This season of autocross has attracted more and more racers to the sport. This includes Peter Mendoza, who shifted from two-wheel to four-wheel racing.
Before, nagmamotocross ako kaso nabalian ako ng kamay, kaya lumipat ako ng autocross ngayon. Naudyokan nga ako nila tatang, tapos sila na umawak ng makina ng sasakyan. At the same time, natuwa din naman ako. Kaya, as time passes by, habang may dumarating na competition, sinasali ako na lang din as experience.
After a number of rounds competing in autocross this year, Peter Mendoza is looking forward to next season.
Siguro sa mga may darating pang round ng Philippine Autocross, sasali pa din ako kasi try and try lang hanggang sa maka-podium.
Near the end of another successful autocross season, Danny Santiago is proud to see those he calls his drivers competing in other forms of racing and hopes to see new drivers coming into autocross.
A lot of my drivers, autocross drivers, have been graduating to other disciplines of motorsports. They try going into the racetrack, mas buo na loob nila. Thank you for those who have supported the Philippine Autocross. Hopefully, you'll still be there next year. For those interested to join and who are joining, mag-update lang kayo sa Facebook ng Philippine Autocross. And see you.
Well, it seems like the season has not ended for autocross, as Danny Santiago is looking to organize a number of invitationals, perhaps in preparation for extending the series and the motorsport discipline further up north and down south. Motoring Today and Race Weekend will surely be following this development with interest. That's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Suzuki All New Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style. All New Ertiga debut.
The Tactical Survival and Arms Expo is back with a more intensive take on the global issues on environment, economic uncertainty, security threats, and the like. Visitors may avail of the free seminar during the event. You can also apply for your license to own and possess firearms at the venue. The expo will take place on November 14 to 17, 2019 at the SMX Convention Center, SM Mall of Asia, Pasay City. Admission is free. Pre-register online now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
The 15th edition of the Autofocus People's Choice Awards, or AFPCA, was recently formally concluded as Sunshine Television held the awards night on October 16th at the ballroom of the Palms Country Club in Alabang, Muntinlupa City.
This is something we've been doing for the last 15 years. Been counting the Autofocus People's and Media's Choice Awards. You have 80-20% attribution, and from there you work out a consolidated score across the 5 categories for standard and the 4 categories for premium luxury models.
The Mitsubishi Expander took the 2019 Standard Automobile of the Year crown via a consolidated score of 3,368.8. The Expander also landed the Model of the Year in the MPV van classification for the first time. In the premium luxury category, the top Automobile of the Year award went to the Toyota Alphard van in runaway fashion. The Alphard also came away as this year's premium luxury MPV or van of the year, following a previous streak of 4 consecutive Model of the Year wins from 2012 to 2015, making it an Autofocus Model of the Year Hall of Famer. This year's AFPCA featured a unique scoring system that attributes 80% value to public votes from the July 1 to September 30 online poll and 20% to unit sales. Official sales volume data for the AFPCA was furnished by Stratcom Corporation with the official sanction of the Land Transportation Office. Are the 2019 AFPCA Models of the Year. During the same evening, the winners of the 2019-2020 Autofocus Media's Choice Awards, or the AFMCA, an equally important component of STV's Automobile Industry Merit Program, were also announced. Toyota Motor Philippines has kicked off the Toyota Young Marketeers Challenge, or the TYMC, which is a student competition that recognizes the most creative, innovative, and effective marketing campaigns for Toyota's flagship passenger car, the Toyota Vios.
What we wanted to do is, of course, for Toyota, to have a venue for the best marketing minds and look into a real world of marketing scenario. And with that, we're quite pleased that 10 schools joined, and that from what we've seen today, we're quite proud of our marketing students, and really they did their best. Vios as a brand is a good platform for any marketing project, this being the best-selling vehicle in the Philippines, and that vehicle itself has many facets, no? It's a favorite of most Filipinos, caters to the young market, corporate fleet. It's good on road, good on track. It has a very wide profile, and so it's a good, again, subject for any marketing project.
Objective of this event or this activity is to have or showcase a learning experience for college and university students, to give them a platform to learn marketing strategies by having an inter-school competition where each school will be represented by a group who will be tasked to create an integrated marketing campaign for the country's best-selling car, the Vios.
To kick off the program, Toyota invited the students and their faculty advisors to an immersion tour with Toyota's brand and marketing experts. To get the student teams more familiar with the product, the immersion program started with a tour of Toyota's plant in Santa Rosa, Laguna, where the Vios is being manufactured. The teams were also brought to Toyota's partner marketing and advertising agencies to learn from industry practitioners. Through this part of the immersion tour, they were able to see how campaign strategies are conceptualized and brought to life through different marketing channels.
We considered, of course, the strategy, what was the story behind all the executions. We also considered creativity, how unique or how fresh the ideas were, the overall presentation itself. We all had a very hard time kasi all the presentations were very impressive, very detailed. We saw that they really put a lot of thought and work and effort into creating the marketing strategies.
After weeks of developing the campaign, University of the Philippines Diliman team, composed of William Alonzo, Samantha Ching, Hannah Laurel, and Nathan Oranga, was declared the grand champion, besting 9 other colleges and universities that entered the finals round.
Actually, I think everyone's still in shock. Like, we still don't know how to react. But of course, we're super excited for, of course, the trip and also how to spend the money that we were able to get. I think market research for this one, because in marketing cases, we're accustomed to studying kunyari FMCGs, like different brands na fast-moving consumer goods. But then for this one, it's a different market and also like a different category. Like, we really had to study in depth, like who we're talking to and who our target is.
I think it's the strategy that we put into it. Kasi that's really our main focus here. Aside from just the creative executions, just from using advertising or marketing strategies to build the campaign, we really put the strategy into it to make sure that everything that we're doing has an impact on the consumer. And everything that we're doing is really not just a dump of all our ideas. It's something that works together, that bonds all together into one big cohesive marketing campaign that would bring more growth or more higher impact to Toyota and its stakeholders.
Second place was bagged by De La Salle University Manila, while De La Salle College of St. Benilde Antipolo came in third. The winning teams received technology packages and cash grants for their schools. Team UP Diliman, for being the grand champion, also won a trip to Japan to visit Toyota's facilities in the brand's home country. Aside from these prizes, the winning team will also get a chance to have their winning campaign brought to life by Toyota for their marketing campaigns.
I think one of the biggest challenges was we had very similar insights sometimes, or similar creative slants on what we wanted to do, and of course that made us nervous, thinking that the novelty of our campaign would dwindle because they've heard it already from the other teams. But then I guess what we learned is we just really have to believe in what we have, because it's in its core very different and very unique and very powerful. So we just had to really believe in our campaign, and we were able to communicate it best.
Well, since we come from a marketing background, and even if we learn some basic concepts in class, it's really different when you apply it to the competition, because you really have to think outside of the box. Like, not everything you learn in the classroom, parang yun lang yung meron. So this is a really good opportunity to learn even more about like real industries and real life marketing concepts that you can apply.
it's more of really expanding what you currently have. Because like in school nga, you learn the technicals, but then here, not just application, but then trying to expand it to something that can contribute more, like not just to the company, but also to society.
According to Toyota, they launched TYMC to provide college and university students a learning opportunity beyond the classroom. The company also said through TYMC, they're giving students a platform to practice their marketing skills and knowledge by creating industry-ready campaigns for a product that young marketeers can develop fun ideas for.
We're looking forward to more schools participating because from the comments that I got from the participants, this is a very, very good learning experience from them. Parang it's preparing them for the real world. So I hope that more schools and more students participate in the future. And for Toyota, of course, we look forward to hearing more fresh ideas from the students.
Filipinas Auto Group Inc., the official distributor of Dongfeng commercial vehicles in the Philippines, has officially opened its first Dongfeng dealership in the country.
Today we are having the first Dongfeng dealership that we are launching because actually this is a Tata dealership, but we decided to offer all the dealership of Tata a second brand, which is the Dongfeng products that will complement the product range that we are now carrying, including Tata. So the small vehicles will be for Tata, but the medium size to the light and to the heavy duty trucks will all be Dongfeng. So today we started the first dealer launch, and in the next few more weeks we will be launching the 5 more Dongfeng dealership before we go to the grand launch in March next year.
Agrani Motors Inc., located along Ortigas Avenue Extension in Cainta, Rizal, opens its doors for customers who are in need for light to heavy commercial vehicles.
It has a very complete after-sales facilities, which includes parts warehouse and pretty good volume of stocks from a complete range of the models. Yes, I'd like to invite your avid televiewers to please do come visit this dealership and its branch in Quezon City, where you can see the actual trucks, you can test drive it, you can check the powertrain. It's really something that is worth looking for if you need a good trucks with unaffordable prices.
Volkswagen Philippines, in partnership with Green Cars Mindanao Corporation, has inaugurated the Volkswagen Cagayan de Oro dealership.
Hi, we're here for the inauguration of Volkswagen Cagayan de Oro. Volkswagen Cagayan de Oro will actually be the first dealership of Volkswagen in Mindanao. So we're very excited at this event. We like Cagayan de Oro because we think it's a gateway into Mindanao that will allow more Mindanaoans the opportunity to experience Volkswagen vehicles and the Volkswagen driving experience.
Volkswagen CDO, Volkswagen Philippines' 9th since it first officially started operations in 2013, is the initial dealership established in Mindanao and targets the mobile markets of not just Cagayan de Oro, the country's 10th most populous city and Region 10's economic hub, but also the rest of northern Mindanao, including Misamis Occidental, Bukidnon, and Lanao del Norte.
It's a full-service dealership, so the showroom will house all the available models of Volkswagen in the country. So Mindanaoans will have access to our entire product portfolio, consisting of the Lamando, which was recently named the best value mid-size sedan by the media in the Autofocus Awards, and then also the Santana GTS, the Santana sedan, and the Lavida sedans. And of course, any new products of Volkswagen that will be available in the Philippines in the future. Aside from the showroom, there's a complete service area so that of course our customers will be able to receive the after-sales support that's needed.
Volkswagen Philippines President Felipe Estrella said during the program noted that they are now present exactly where we want to be in the region.
For all the residents of Cagayan de Oro and of course the Mindanao region, we invite you to come and visit our first dealership here in Mindanao, Volkswagen Cagayan de Oro, Come check out our Volkswagen cars and of course test drive a Volkswagen vehicle so that you can experience what it's like to drive a Volkswagen.
Prior to the event, JAC Motors Philippines held a press conference in line with the car company's hosting of a planned tour in China to select members of the local motoring media. According to JAC, the trip aims to showcase the factory and the technology that the company has and to be able to relay this to the Philippine market.
We're going to Hefei to showcase the factory and the technology that JAC has, so you can have an idea on how we build our vehicles and how good and high technology it is. So essentially, we just gave them the guidelines and what to look forward for JAC. The objective essentially is to show the technology, how good the cars are, because since JAC has been here, we haven't been able to bring the media to China. So we want to make sure and make everybody believe how good the vehicles are being built, the technology that we have, and the partnerships that we have with the different companies like Volkswagen and Cummins for the engines. So essentially, that's what we want to achieve here, to build the credibility of JAC as a company that can build quality vehicles.
JAC highlighted the 5 different plans included in the said tour. Each plan represents JAC's initiatives to let the public know how credible their vehicles are.
We're visiting 5 different plants in China. So we're showing where we build, we have the assembly line where the engines are built, and we're also showing where we build the electric cars where we have the body is 100% aluminum. So we're showcasing everything that we have in China to build the credibility of the brand and show how good our vehicles are.
Furthermore, JAC Motor Philippines said that they will be launching 2 more vehicles in the country. Italian motorcycle brands Aprilia and Moto Guzzi have been reintroduced to the Philippine market as BikerBox Inc., a distributor of riding gear accessories and an official after-sales service provider of classic bikes in Metro Manila, acquired its exclusive distributorship.
We were courting Piaggio for about 3 years. Then they appointed us as the distributor last January, so we're very honored with that. Piaggio entrusted us with 2 of their brands, and very good brands at that, and we're very honored because I think there are a lot of options in the country, but I guess they wanted to do this correctly. They wanted the proper representation of the brand. They wanted people who understood, the products, people who rode it. Me and my partners have been riding these products for the longest times.
BikerBox's Mike Bondok said that Southeast Asian regions have seen growth in motorcycle sales, hence the country is a good market for these 2 brands.
They're great brands. I think the Philippine market's ripe for these brands. For one, in the region, Southeast Asia has been experiencing a good growth in terms of motorcycle sales. And the Philippines have had good sales in the smaller displacement segment, but now we see more and more riders. In fact, the demographics have become wider. We were noticing that way back, it was an older crowd who was riding the bikes who could afford it. But now we could see that from the younger generation all the way to the more senior riders, it's a wider scope of riders who want to enjoy the riding. We're very thrilled with more customers who are willing. And I think there are some people considering it. And this year, we'll be doing a lot of activities as well, like events and also some test rides, track days to let the riders try the products.
Meanwhile, Piaggio Asia Pacific Marketing Director Nicola Capello said that BikerBox was chosen to be the distributor here in the country because of its capability to manage sales and provide after-sales services to customers. During the relaunching, Aprilia's product lineup was showcased, which includes the RSV4 1100 Factory priced at 1,680,000, the Wono V4 1100 Factory 1,280,000, and Dorsoduro 900 at 750,000 pesos. Moto Guzzi models, on the other hand, were also reintroduced in the event. These include V7 3-Stone, V7 3 Special, V9 Bobber Sport, and the V85 TT.
For the Moto Guzzi line, they just created this classic enduro called the V85 TT. So it's a class all its own because you see that there's a lot of adventure bikes, there's a lot of scramblers, so it's somewhere in between. It's what they call a classic enduro, as they say.
All these units are now available in Aprilia and Moto Guzzi dealership in Parañaque in the next few months in Pampanga and Davao when area dealers have been opened.
We'd like to invite all the riders. We have fast bikes, lifestyle bikes, so we have 3 showrooms. One is in Sucat, Parañaque, which is Biker Box. We have Norman Ring Development Corporation, which is in Davao. Then we have the Laos Group dealership, which is in San Fernando, Pampanga. So we've really vetted our dealers to make sure that they have an after-sales background, dealership background. They're very competent dealers, and you know these guys ride as well. Yeah.
We have more about the local auto industry as we now give you our Car of the Week on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Whether you're looking for a great first car or you just want something simple yet reliable, here's something you might want to look into: the 2019 Suzuki Swift. Watch this. That was the 2019 Suzuki Swift 1.2-liter GLX CVT variant, our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
We now have our public service segment brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
The LRT2 was recently on fire, literally and figuratively, after an incident that led to the partial shutdown of its operations from Cubao to Recto and back. We visited its Santolan station, and obviously, the commuters from the east side of the metro are the most affected. We talked to some of them and asked how they are being affected with this problem. All of them having the same woes.
Siyempre, mahirap dahil matagal ang biyahe. Hindi katulad no, mabilis.
Mahirap, matraffic, matagal, 2 hours minsan kami nakakarating sa trabaho.
Of course, lagi kaming nalilate. Like, 1 hour kaming nalilate. Dumadating kami sa point na second subject na kami nakakapasok. Sobrang stuck namin sa traffic kasi minsan hindi available yung mga free rides and bus dito sa LRT Santolan. So, we need to ride jeep to Cubao and then we transfer into UTRM para makababa kami sa school namin.
Sobrang apektado po kasi yung class ko po is 10:30 minsan or 1. Pero nalilate pa rin po ako ng sobra.
Following the partial shutdown, the government was quick to respond by providing free shuttle rides to commuters as well as granting franchises for buses to fly in the route. However, those rides do not give the same convenience that the LRT2 can provide, according to them.
Well, yung sa mga buses naman po, hindi naman po siyang difference sa jeep or sa LRT kasi yung rate din naman niya po, parehas lang din naman siya. But yung para sa akin, yung inconvenient niya is minsan talaga ang tagal niyan dumating din and nato-traffic pa din kami kasi nandito kami sa baba, hindi kami nasa taas.
Medyo nakakatipid pero kasi minsan hindi ko din in-expect yung sobrang habang pila kaya mas angat pa din talagang lagi akong nalilate kesa na nagbe-benefit ako dun sa libreng sakay. Ngayon lang medyo maikli yung pila kaya okay naman po.
All the commuters we talked to look forward to the operations of the LRT2. We do hope that the authorities and the government will give their very best and do all they can to end the commuters' woes.
That was Motoring Today's public service segment from Honda Cars Philippines. We'd like to once again urge the public to help us solve motoring problems in our midst by referring them to us so we can in turn bring them to the attention of the involved authorities. Please refer to the screen for our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to check us out on our social media accounts.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 33rd year of continuing service to the general motoring public, with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of Butch Gamboa, our dad, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy motoring!